And I'm honestly not that excited for this, but I do think there's gonna be a lot of, I might get hate for this. Not that I don't like it, but I don't love that journey for you if you have curly hair. So you wanna know what's trending? What's good, everybody? It's the start of 2024 and a new year means new trends to predict. Haha. Hold on. Let me give you my best Raven. You can gaze into the future. Some of these trends come and go quick, and so instead of doing these videos annually, I will be doing them quarterly. Welcome to 2024 Q1 Trends in Review. Some of these are educated predictions, and some of them are a little more obvious, but if you've been out of the loop, then stay tuned. So I was gonna kick off this video by going over my 2023 predictions as I have usually done in the past. Most of my predictions from last year came true, except for a few. I did have on my predictions list that Harry Styles would be coming out with a hair product line, and instead he shaved his head bald. So, you know, you win some, you lose some. Most were won, and they're gonna continue to run this year for mayor. Mell, ma'am. If I ever ran for mayor, you'd have to call me Ma'am, like ma'am, but mayor. Ma'am. Interesting. Anyways, where was I? But besides that, most things came true, and if you don't believe me, you can just go watch last year's video. We're moving on. Let's start with our first and most important category so you can quickly book your hair appointments. We're gonna be talking style trends, the most up-to-date haircuts and colors that everybody wants to wear. B.O.B. started calling you Bob. The bobs this year have been bobbing in full force. It all started last year when I cut my hair. I'm kidding. But as I predicted, we have seen an uptick in people just chopping their hair off. It's like, you know, your hair gets so healthy, it grows so long to a point where you just get bored of it and you just want to do something fun. And the bob, speaking from experience, is so fun. And when I say we can expect bobs, I'm saying like chin length bobs. And of course, there's a million different ways that you can style a bob, with both a French style and an Italian style. The biggest difference between the French bob and an Italian bob, I would say, is the French bob is a little bit more graduated. So you're gonna see a little bit more of that stacked bob vibe, where the Italian bob has more shaggy layers through it. Both can be styled similarly, but there has been an uptick of this mushroom style. And this is particular to styling the hair straight. Instead of styling it straight, it's bumping the ends in to give it that rounded effect, kind of giving you that mushroom cap vibe. Something that's easily achievable with a round brush blow dry, which by the way aren't going anywhere this year, but we'll get to that. The bobs in general are back. They were never really out. We are seeing short hair everywhere. I love it here. Eyelash bangs. I don't know who decided to call them eyelash bangs, but it seems the world is ready to bring back these longer bangs that kind of flow into curtain bangs, and they easily grow out into curtain bangs, which is the best part. But it's bangs that are almost too long. They literally touch your eyelashes like mine are right now. They kind of just give this like sexy, mysterious vibe, like you're just kind of peeking through the tendrils. I personally do feel as if bangs kind of took a break, but that they are back in action, baby. So cute with a headband, which speaking of, I forgot to write bangs, but we'll just jump ahead and say headbangs, bangs and headbands, headbands and bangs, which again are just a perfect combo, especially these chunky headbands. We have seen these become a meme where a lot of beauty influencers are always putting that on before putting on their makeup or skincare. They give a lot of shape and a great silhouette to anyone's head. And besides these thick headbands, I even think thinner headbands and like those workout headbands are going to make a comeback in a big way. It's very Y2K. And if everyone's gonna be cutting bangs, it's gonna be a great way to get them out of your face when you are not having a good hair day. You will still look cute and trendy. If you have been holding on to those Lululemon headbands, it's your time to shine, baby. Next, keeping with this theme where the silhouette is really key, generally big hair is going to be the thing. There have been times in history where flat hair was more the vibe, but now the bigger, the better. We're not just looking at really big hair accessories like headbands and pins, but just big hair in general. I think we're bringing the theater back to it all. The volume, the drama. So on that note, we're gonna continue to see all of the blowouts. Very 70s blowouts where it's big, it's fluffy. Naturally, with the rise of eyelash bangs and curtain bangs, half up, half down styles are definitely going to be making a big comeback, but with a little bit of a bump back. Giving more curvy silhouettes to hair is in general going to be a big theme here. So in terms of haircuts, I think the butterfly haircut is going to continue being a trend. Just be cautious when you're cutting them. They are not for everybody. They really shouldn't be done at home, but you know, if you are gonna do it at home, I'd rather you do it safely. We do have a video on that. Lots of layers in general are gonna help us achieve those curvy shapes when we are styling. However, either our curly hair or if we are doing blow dries, which I don't know if you've noticed, it's not just me, but a lot of the curlies have been having more fun with their hair and blowing it out more often because we no longer live in fear that we're going to have heat damage every time we straighten our hair because we're not really straightening it, we're just blow drying it. It's not as bad. When you're using air as opposed to like ceramic or titanium hot plates directly on the hair, it's a lot less scary and also trending. Now let's see what I have next on my list. I did say that I do think layers are really going to continue being a thing. The thing is, your hair can only be so long to support layers. You always want your layers to flow and connect in some way from the top to bottom. And if you have that waist length stunning hair, love that for you. It's just not going to be that easy for you to achieve layers that will give you volume. Layers remove weight from the hair. And so by doing that, you tend to fight a lot of gravity. But if your hair is still super long, you're not going to be able to do that. So I think in general, hair is moving up to more mid-length, like around the Dolce & Gabbana on my titties length.
Dolce & Gabbana, that's on my titties.
That's a great song though. Nikki, Pink Friday 2, you ate with that. You really did. In and around here is where we're gonna have the hair up to there. I would say that just about chest length is the perfect range for you to be able to have long hair that can also support a style like a heavily layered haircut that will give you the volume in the body and the curves that we want to see. And it's still long, just compare it to me. And when styling a lot of these haircuts, we can expect to see a lot of side parts. Not just any side part, but those really deep side parts where it's more of like the flip. You're flipping your whole head over to one side. Really side swept styles, even side swept bangs. I think those are also going to be really in. That's another great thing about the eyelash bangs and the curtain bangs. They're very flexible. You can completely change the style depending on how you style. They are very versatile, and I think that we are going to see a lot more side parts. Again, it just goes in line with the volume. Are you noticing a trend? Those are the major things that I think we're going to see when it comes to cuts and styles. It looks so wrong. I'm Canadian and it looks wrong, but we're going to talk about color. Okay, I spelt it this way because I am Canadian, if you didn't know. Apparently I made that very obvious in my last video when I said, before taking any supplements, make sure that you see your doctor for a blood test. I do realize my privilege in saying that. I am very grateful for universal healthcare, and I still think if you can, you should see a doctor. Anyways, I digress. Color and trends. The world seems to collectively be in their natural hair era. We see a lot of silver baddies going gray. We see a lot of blondes going back to their brunettes. It's really just a dark blonde. And a lot of these hair colors that are still colored hair, but they don't look like it. The expensive brunettes, the tone-on-tone hair that just blends seamlessly and looks natural, but also very expensive at the same time because it looks one color, healthy and shiny. I don't think this trend is going anywhere because these are so low maintenance to maintain. You know what I mean? Redundant, but you know what I mean. They're very easy, very achievable. They're great. Now, the natural life is not for everybody. For the baddies that like to be bold, and I'm honestly not that excited for this, but I do think there's gonna be a lot of chunky highlights. Hear me out, it's a stunning style, and I think because it directly contrasts the natural tone-on-tone colors that most people are currently rocking, this is a very bold move to really stand out, and it looks amazing on a lot of people, but I don't like it. I might get hate for this. Not that I don't like it, but I don't love that journey for you if you have curly hair. The reason being to achieve such different colors in your hair. Let's say, for example, your starting canvas is just a natural brunette, and then you're adding really chunky blonde highlights. The pieces that you lighten really blonde have a high probability, it's not guaranteed, but they do have a high probability of becoming quite damaged, and you will see a difference in the textures. It's also gonna make it difficult to treat that because half of your curls scattered throughout are very damaged and might need products that are going to enrich it with protein, whereas the other half of your curls are perfectly healthy because they weren't colored. I would say that it's best to treat the head for the hair that's most damaged on the hair, but it's also best to try to spot treat as much as possible. And it's just one of the hardest things to maintain for sure. I think because curly hair already naturally has so much dimension in it with all of its curls, you don't need to add the dark against light on curly hair is just personally not my favorite. And don't get me wrong, it's not that because your hair is curly, you can't be punk and have these streaky highlights. You can do whatever you want. But if you want to be punk while having curly hair, you can make a pixie cut your go-to. But anyways, I believe we were talking about color. So let's talk about shades. I think we're gonna see a shift from the copper, the cowboy copper that a lot of people were rocking. I think it's shifting a little more auburny to cool. It's giving cherry cola or chocolate cherry, if you will. But these deep browns with this reddish hue that's less orange and more of the red violet, a cooler red, I think is where we're gonna see a slight shift. Especially on medium to deep skin tones, it's really complimentary, super pretty. But again, with red hair, it is something that you may have to maintain regularly. Not that you have to visit the salon every time, but prepare yourself for those at-home touch-ups. They can get messy. Next, honey. This is Beyonce's world and we're all just living in it. The honey blondes, this definitely picked up in 2023 and we're gonna continue to taste the cream. The blondes are evolving and instead of that really cool toned platinum blondes, a more clean tone that isn't yellow, it's not necessarily warm, but it has balance to it. It's a little bit more creamy, almost has pink undertones. I think that's the coolest artificial shades that we're going to be achieving. Everything else is gonna be really vanilla ice cream and honey blonde babies. Those are the overall outbreaking color tones I am predicting that we will see. And now to correspond with all of those styling trends, let's talk about what products I think are going to be trending this year. Product trends, what products are going to be in? Well, according to Google Trends, everyone is a little salty this year. Salt water and salt sprays have had an influx of searches, and I hope they're finding my video because we did a whole explanation video last year on the beauty of salt sprays and how they can actually enhance your curl pattern. They can be so great for adding texture and grit in all the right ways, and especially in this era of big body, texture sprays are going to be super in. So let's get salty, shall we? The other thing, and this I'm especially going to advise if you are going to get salty, i.e. swimming in the sea, oiling. Hair oils are nothing new, but I think we're going to see more and more this year, especially since that Mell Rosemary Mint hair oil went absolutely viral last year. I think we're going to see more brands come out with their own rosemary oil. Not to jump right ahead, but when we talk about routine trends, especially in this very expensive looking hair era, hair oils are going to be key in our routines to use before washing, before shampooing, to keep the shine on our ends, prevent our ends from splitting, and overall will be used in more of our routines. That's what I am manifesting for all of us. If we want healthy hair, I definitely recommend that you use a scalp and hair oil before washing your hair. What I'm seeing with a lot of bond repair products now are that they are not just strictly a bond repairing product. It looks like brands are more coming out with conditioners that have bond repair in them. So they're not just bond repairing, they're also moisturizing, also detangling. So they're more multi-use bond products as opposed to, for example, the Olaplex number 3, which was the original bond repairing product. That's not a moisturizer. It doesn't add anything besides disulfide bond repairing with their magical ingredient, bis-aminopropyl diglycol dimaleate. Anyways, that one is only patented under Olaplex, but Olaplex has been around for a decade now. And so a lot of other brands have come out with their own bond repair, and I am liking that there's a lot more options in the market. I think we're gonna keep seeing a lot of these products focusing on bond repair because it's become such a buzzword. So look out for that. And then to coincide with the hair goals, the styles people want to achieve, my writing is becoming atrocious, but volume foams. Really volumizing products in general, I think a lot of mousses and foams are really gonna take the lead this year. Now, what is that going to mean for our... Is this fun? Do you like the board? I don't know. I thought it was cute, but maybe I was just bored. Now I'm over it, but it's fine. What will this mean for our routines? Well, besides oiling our hair before washing, there's gonna be a lot more wrapping of the hairs overnight, especially pertaining to blow-dried hair. The overnight blowouts have blown up over the last year. And overall, kind of jumping back to products, heatless overnight curl options. You might have seen some pretty funky products launched last year, and I love it. I'm here for it. Protecting your hair overnight and even styling while you sleep. Brilliant. And super key. Oh my God, that's a key, but it looks like a P. I'm gonna die. I need to go. Anyways, ooh, I can't even do it. What was I saying? It's going to be key to keeping your hair healthy. Stop. Immediately no. Let's see, we did the hair oiling, we got the blowout curls, nighttime hair routines, heatless curls. I think we're gonna notice a big emphasis on holistic hair health, kind of in the same vein of using the hair oils on our hair, how rosemary and a lot of other herbs have been praised for their benefits. I think people are gonna use these not just externally, but internally with tea. Recently on my TikTok, I saw a few videos go viral of people using nettle tea as well as horsehair. Is it horsehair tea? I can't remember, but I bought them and I'm gonna start sipping and we'll see what happens with the rest of the industry. But I think these teas, it's a very holistic kind of internal well-being route to hair care. I think, like I said, there's gonna be a bigger focus on all of that. That's pretty much what I have so far as of Q1. The hair industry, I think we're gonna see more hair oiling, overnight styling / heatless curl options, more Dyson dupes, and more multi-use products. Products that are gonna be more versatile because it's unrealistic for most people to buy this and this and this and this and this and this and this. So we want those kind of all-in-one, or I hate saying that, but those more versatile products. There is no product that is all-in-one for everyone, especially since most people have a lot of different needs in their hair. But that being said, if your hair is typically on the healthy side, like you don't do much to it, and you are really just looking for like a one product solution, well, let me know if you want me to continue my one styler series, and I can definitely do that. As for this list, hold me to that by next year. If these things don't come true next year, then you can talk to me. This has been my 2024 trend predictions. Stay tuned for Q2 where I update you on what styles are going to be trending in the spring summer season regarding hair color and haircuts to give you some fresh new inspo when the time comes. Until then, I'm gonna have to take advantage of these trends. And I know a woman who needs a makeover. Have you met my sister? Do you know her? Stay tuned for her 2024 makeover coming soon. This has been your main girl Mel. Thank you so much for watching. Peace. Because we all know the trends change like this. Like what? Like this. Like how? Like this. What? Whomst? Why? Something, there's like a frog in my throat. Hold on. I need something to do with my hand. Do I use this one, Sephora Squad? Or I might need some more writing space. This one has Paula's Choice on the back. This video is not sponsored, but the problem is my black marker just gave out on me. And so now the only colors I have available, not the green. Doom. We're doomed. It is what it is. I have currently been fasting, and so I am starving. My incentive is to finish this video ASAP so I can eat. There's murder on the dance floor. How about nobody move? What am I gonna eat for dinner? 6 o'clock. Oh God. I might throw up. Got me some slack. My stomach is full now. I did it without the camera dying. I did it without the SD card being filled. I did it before 8 p.m. with a snack in between. I did it. Is that everything? No, it's not everything. It's not everything. Peen! Get your mind out of the slaughter. Gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta go. Where do I go? I can't even, I don't wanna go anywhere. I just wanna stay right here. I'm comfortable.